Mark Aguirre.
You're going to see great passes like this all day long. Little lay-down pass to the cutter, Kelly Tripucka. And that's why scorers like to play in these games with the likes of Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Ricky Green, and Magic Johnson, who pass the ball so well.
Kelly Tripucka, they said he was too slow, didn't play much defense, but he hustles, plays with gusto. He was out 24 games with a knee injury last year. He's been an all-star and leads the Pistons, averaging over 22.5 points a game. And is now 46-43 with 8:45 remaining in the first half. The West leading after the East took the early lead. Paxson inside to Aguirre. Aguirre over King and a foul. King was all over Mark Aguirre, and he was playing him well defensively. Bernard's called for the foul.
Why, Mark Aguirre, one of the reasons he's going to be a great, great player for the next several years is the fact he goes outside, he shoots over you, drives by you if you try to stop that, and he also, with that big body of his, takes you down low and muscles you.
13 fouls on the East. Mark Aguirre from DePaul. He was in Dick Motta's doghouse for a while down in Dallas, but he has blossomed as a star. I would say averaging over 30 a game, wouldn't you?
And he's going to be a star for a lot more years to come. And look who's back in here handling the ball.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah Thomas sparked the East early in the game. In fact, 3 Pistons are out there now on a turnover. Lebeer, Tripucka, and Thomas, and that's not a bad idea.
Well, we just saw Ralph Sampson intimidate Tripucka on a layup.
Bird. And Lebeer gets a piece of it. Tripucka can't save it. So,
what Casey Jones is trying to do right now is play combinations of players that play together normally to see if they can get something going.
Well, the cheer is for Julius Erving, who's getting off on the bench. He has scored 10 points early in the ball game, and Alex English will also be coming in. Mark Aguirre with 8 points and is now the leading scorer for the West All-Stars. Traveling call the other way. And here comes Julius Erving. He's the leading scorer in the game, coming back in, 2-time MVP. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, still without the goggles, comes in for the Western All-Stars. And, of course, Alex English representing the Denver Nuggets.
I guess they couldn't find a cab.
They may be busy now. Jim Paxson, and that's what you're talking about, getting free for the open shot.
He does that as well as anybody. Reminds me of John Havlicek in that regard.
Isaiah Thomas loses it. Paxson to Green. Those West guards in there right now, and Casey Jones wants to talk it over.
He doesn't want it to get out of hand. He wants to show everybody that it's still going and still play everybody and still not let the game get away.
And right now we have the biggest lead in the game for either side. The West All-Stars, 54-43, 7:38 remaining in the first half.
I'm Pat O'Brien, and coming up at the half today, you'll see the NBA Slam Dunk Competition. One of the major sideshows during the All-Star weekend here in Denver, featuring double-barrel action like this. And we'll also show you some of basketball's great names of the past in the old-timers game. This is just some of the action. All that and more coming up at the half. Back to Dick.
Thank you very much, Pat. Glad to have you with us here on the NBA on CBS. 8 straight points for the West, their biggest lead in the ball game. And Frank Layton says, I want everyone to play equal amount of time. Every one of their 12 players have scored so far in the game, Tom.
Well, he's entering into it with a little bit different philosophy than Casey Jones. Casey Jones saying, hey, I want to really play most of the guys that were selected by the fans and still show the other guys who were selected by the coaches for a little bit.
All right, Isaiah Thomas and Sidney Moncrief are in there, along with Parrish, Irving, and Bird, the starting 5 for the East. Not so for the West. Parrish has hit his 3rd shot from outside. He has 7 points in the game. Irving with 10 and King 9 are the top scorers for the East. The West leading scorer is Mark Aguirre with 8 points. Ricky Green, he's looked good. Here's Aguirre. Bird on him. He's traveling. Bird played well. Came right up on him.
Larry Bird does so many great things, and one of the great things is that defense he just showed you.
Isaiah Thomas guarded by Ricky Green. That's a good matchup. So is Paxson and Moncrief. English and Julius Erving. English got a piece of it. Ricky Green. Alex English wide open.
Alex knows how to fast break, and so does Ricky Green.
The doctor to Parrish. Over Kareem. He's got to go really high over him. Well, maybe not so much the 7-foot Robert. Aguirre. who are challenging for real the Laker domination in the Pacific Division this year.
They sure are. The East now trying to slow it down and get a little more patent offense in there.
When did you think that was ever going to happen for these players? Biggest lead of the game now, 13 points. And another turnover. McGuire. Ricky Green. Alex English. And the West is going wild here in Denver. English is 5 for 5, and his 11 points makes him the high scorer in the ballgame so far. Kirby. 60 to 45, 15-point lead. And foul against the West. Walter Davis and Magic Johnson are heading back in the ballgame. There's Magic. The West is leading by 15, and then they bring Magic Johnson back in.
That's a pretty good fast break team you got right there on the bench. Ricky Green was used to doing that and doing it very, very well. And now Magic Johnson comes in, the super push-up man with the Lakers, who's got more than an average bunch of players to lay it off to. That's why he does so well assist-wise in these All-Star games. But right now, the East, Dick, is really having a problem just getting something going offensively. The fast break has not worked, and their inside game that they're trying to capitalize isn't really coordinated because of the fact that they don't play together a lot.
They've been outscored 14-2, Tommy. Ricky Green committed a foul on Julius, who missed his first free throw, and makes good on the second. So it's 60 to 46 with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Magic Johnson guarded by Isaiah Thomas. They're very close as Mark Aguirre. And a steal almost by Moncrief. And John Vanek says we'll take it back this way. It's going to be East, I think, and now Earl Straub changes his mind. And it's West ball and Casey Jones. About as man as he ever gets, Tom.
I think it's a frown is the maddest he ever gets.
I never see him get angry. Never. Aguirre inside against Bird. Mark Aguirre with 10 points in the ball game, representing the Dallas Mavericks. He has not missed in 4 attempts.
Well, the West generating some inside game with Mark Aguirre.